We just wait to kick me off of the live. YouTube kicked me out of the live, everyone. What in the world did I say? My internet connection is just right. My light is right. Everything is right. But YouTube, I guess, didn't like what I had to say and kicked me out of here. Anyway, hold on for a second. I will just wait till some more people join in. Thank you so much for being here. Hi, I don't know what happened, y'all. I'm so sorry that I got kicked out of the stream. I don't know what happened, but I hope you can hear me. I hope you can see me. Can you please type a 2, I guess, if you can see me, if you can hear me. Thank you. Welcome back too. Please type 2 into the chat if you can see me and if you can hear me well, so we can continue on this very much needed conversation. Thank you so much. Thanks. I'm gonna just wait till a couple more people join. Thank you so much. I don't know what happened, everyone. I have to apologize. I just got kicked out. I don't know what happened. All right, you know what? I hope you still remember what I said a few minutes ago. The reason why I was confident enough to say that I had no competition is the fact that my man has determined that I am better than everyone else he had dated. Okay, that's why I'm confident enough to say that there was no competition, because again, I have to stress this point again, it's the man who determines the woman's sexual marketplace value. It's not us women. Okay, so a lot of women got mad at that, even though the word black never came out of my mouth, and I never would say that. And another sentence that a lot of women hated me saying was, the average Black American family barely has a family unit. And why do you think I would make such a statement? I made that statement because I lived in America for 2 years, as some of you guys may know. It was in the early 2000s. And I soon came to the realization that there was something wrong with some women's mindset. Now, mind you, I was 18 years old and I was, talking to women that were in my age group, 18 years, 19, 20 years, right? Some of these ladies we were talking about a possible boyfriend. Some of them said, I don't want a regular boyfriend that works a regular job. I want to have a drug dealer boyfriend that makes a lot of money. And me coming from a traditional Turkish household, sitting there and hearing these women at this age saying that they want to have a criminal as a boyfriend just had me in complete shock. That was the first time where I kind of noticed that there is something wrong with some women's mindset in America. Because I was thinking to myself, how is it that a woman sits here and is looking for a man who does drugs and who, sells drugs and who's criminal? I mean, there are only two possible outcomes here to this, right? It's either jail or death, a bad thing. So I was just thinking, okay, something's not right here. And another thing that I have noticed was real quick that my energy was different. Since I wasn't from around there, a lot of people picked up my energy and they noticed, okay, this girl is not from around there, which was also a thing that my husband noticed really quick about me. And when I said in my video, I was not loud, I was not arguing, I was not interrupting him, those were just the differences that he had noticed back then, right? And he was thankful for that because he was not used to that. So when I say I wasn't loud, I mean, I would speak when he would ask me something. I was just super shy. I would speak when he would ask me something. I would not interrupt him, or I would not disrespect him or anything like that. I used to keep my voice so low to the point where he even had to say a few times, "Hey, can you speak up a bit?" I was that shy. But at the end of the day, my energy was just different than everybody else's energy that he had met before, which kind of had him thinking, okay, this woman is kind of cool. It was not my looks were different. I never said I look better than anyone. My energy was different. I never said I am better than anyone. I never said that. It's just these women who make these claims that I said that. Let me just get into these super chats right now. Hey, how you doing? Blue Exodus, what's going on? Just here to show support. Love your content. Your husband is truly a lucky, lucky man. Baklava and cheesesteaks, a great combination. LOL, you got that right. You got that right. Baklava is one of the traditional Turkish desserts. If you love sweets, if you have a sweet tooth, you would love baklava. I mean, you know what? I'm gonna go to a Turkish restaurant one day and I will just log for you guys how much selection we have. But let's get back to the topic. I was specifically talking about the sentence that a lot of women got upset at. They would get mad at that I said the average Black American family barely has a family unit. Now, why did I say that? Like I said, I spent 2 years in America. I came in contact with many, many different people, right? This is not something that I have seen online. This is something that I have experienced when I was there, coming from a traditional Turkish household. So I came in contact with millionaires. I came in contact with average people. So it's not like that I was only in certain parts of the town and made certain experiences. I noticed that why I made that statement was I noticed that in a household there were people, but it was kind of cold. The atmosphere was cold. Everybody was kind of minding their own business. Come home from work, come home from school, wherever, get into their rooms and then just stay there. There was barely any communication, you know. Of course, people would speak to one another, but from what I was used to, we would sit at the table for breakfast, for lunch, for dinner, and we would conversate as a family because we would know the moment we get up off of that table, everybody was going to go to work or go to school and do their thing. That's why it was so important to keep these traditional values ongoing in our household. Let me get to the super chat right now. Congratulations on the 10K. Yeah, thank you so much. I appreciate the congrats. It is highly appreciated. And going viral, being shared here and there is going to contribute to your subscribers numbers to go up and up. And hopefully it's going to go up higher because we have a message to spread into the world. But let's get back to the topic. I was talking about having breakfast, lunch, and dinner, and that's very, very important. And who would do you think would be responsible for that? It's the woman of the household, right? And I noticed that about American households. Some, please don't misunderstand me, that was non-existent. I have seen children eat McDonald's leftovers from the previous day, which they heated up in the microwave, and I was like, wait a minute. Something is not right here. Something is seriously, seriously wrong in this household, in this family dynamic, within the interactions of these families. This is not cool. Let me get into this super chat. For that good stuff, you need to get that Hajj. Yes, yes. How do you know this? How do you know this? Thank you so much. Haji, I think you mean Haji Shakir. Are you talking about some type of cleaning product? I think it's a soap. It's a soap. It's a very well known soap. Well, I was speaking about the family unit and actually sitting down, eating and drinking together. I did not see that, But the most shocking thing to me, guys, people really wouldn't have time to sit down and talk, conversate, watch a movie, have some popcorn, take a trip or something like that. They wouldn't do that. So, but I did notice the only time where everybody will come together and make sure they have time, make sure they take a day off was when somebody passed away. That had me in complete shock. I'm like, okay, you've been here for this whole year, for 2 years, and people are not coming together. But when somebody passes away, they actually are taking their time out of the day and then they say their last goodbyes. But where were you before? Please don't get me wrong. It's just sad. It is freaking sad for that was happening. And that just literally broke my heart. Hold on for a second. I'm just trying to put the comments back up here. Sorry. There you go. I can see your comments again. Yes, that literally broke my heart because I'm like, how in the hell? It was Thanksgiving. People wouldn't be together like that. It didn't feel right. Christmas would come along, it wouldn't feel right. But it seemed like people would just come together when somebody passed away, and I felt so bad because it's just sad. It's just simply sad. Let me just scroll through some of your comments. These women will never learn. I think that's American families in general now, besides holidays and funerals. Exactly. That's the same thing I'm saying. Holidays, yes, funerals, yes. And that is just so sad. And what else I meant to say was us women are so powerful when it comes to keeping the family unit together. Unfortunately, a lot of women nowadays see that as serving. We were made to serve at some point. You know what I mean? The woman is responsible for the household. It doesn't matter how much she works. Even when I work 40 hours a week, I go to the gym 3 times a week. I make sure the household, everything is done and taken care of. So I just got a question for you guys. If us women, and that goes for all women, I don't care where they're from, if us women cannot keep the family structure ongoing and working and keep everything together and make sure everybody is well taken care of inside of our home, how are these people supposed to function outside of our home? We are responsible for that. You know what I mean? Let me go back to the super chat. Haji Bekir, the Turkish candy store by the Spice Bazaar. Okay, Spice Bazaar. I have no idea. I've been to Istanbul many times. Critical question. Beşiktaş, Galatasaray, or Fenerbahçe? Well, the last three things this guy just had mentioned are soccer teams. Well, my aunt loves Galatasaray, so I'm going to say Galatasaray all day, all night. For sure. So thank you so much for the super chat. What do you guys think? Am I wrong coming from a traditional Turkish household into the American household and just having a culture shock? Literally a culture shock. And that was basically the point that I was trying to make in my videos. I had like a cultural shock because I couldn't believe how dysfunctional and how some women were just so disrespectful. I would literally just sit there and ask myself, how is it that a woman speaks to a man in that tone of voice? How is it that a woman speaks to a man with so much disrespect, screaming, hollering, arguing? That wasn't something that I was used to. And I believe that, especially in front of kids, it shouldn't be done. Hey, how you doing? Thank you so much for your support. Turkish community are super unified. That is true. I totally agree with that. So basically, there was no reason for all these women to get upset. They just got upset because over something they have said. It really wasn't me. Maybe it was my looks. Maybe the fact that I am not black. I understand that. I totally get that. Trust me. But instead of looking at me and imagining the words that I said, supposedly said, and then getting mad over it and attacking me personally and my husband, just kind of proves to me that I hit a nerve. I hit a nerve because if some women would not feel triggered about what I have said, they would have never reacted that way. If these women wouldn't have something to work on themselves, if they wouldn't have to, work on themselves, they wouldn't get mad at that. They would just scroll past my video and be like, okay, whatever. I got my life. I got my family. I got everything under control. Whatever you were saying doesn't even matter to me. But instead of that, they turn around and then they just attack me in videos, in the comment section, you know, and that just goes to show you that a lot of people have so much work to do. Let me go to the super chat. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I highly appreciate it. Thank you. I appreciate you coming through. Let me go to this comment right here. I don't understand why people hate you. Oops. Because there are black women who don't date black men who sit on YouTube talking mad shit about us and get support. That's another thing that we need to talk about, everyone. Now, if I would have sat on the internet and let's say I broke up with my husband, we got a divorce. If I would have called him names, if I would have said certain things about him, trust me, all that hate that I received, that would have been love from those women, or from any modern Western woman that kind of thinks that they don't need a man. The problem is in these modern Western world, women don't respect men. They're men. But when they go to work, they respect their supervisors. So it's not like these women don't know how to, show respect to a man. They just don't want to show it to the average man. Meanwhile, they are average as average can be. And that's the discrepancy here. No man is going to roll up in their Bentley, pick up that average woman, and all she's going to do is just disrespect him. Because a woman who says that she can only be feminine when the man spends his dollars, I already know that woman has no idea what it means to be feminine. Simple as that. And yes, a lot of women don't want to be held accountable. That is another reason for why many people got upset for what I said and why this video has gone viral. Viele Grüße zurück. Thank you so much. Let me read this. Whenever I meet a girl and they tell me I should be traditional and pay the bills and say, well, are you going to be traditional? What am I get in return? And their response is, I don't see the response. What is it? Well, most likely their response is probably going to be like, you're going to get me. A lot of women don't have any idea what it means to be a wife to a traditional man. My husband is not a traditional man in that term because I come from a traditional household. My father is super traditional. If these women really want to be with the traditional men, they would have that men to expect them to tell them, you're not drinking anymore. You got to change your wardrobe. You're not showing yourself on social media anymore. No more hot girl summer trips, none of that. So, really, these women don't know what it means to be in a traditional relationship like that. They're just talking, talking, and talking because they think that being traditional only means the man to pay bills and they don't have to do anything else in return. They just exist. And sorry, relationships do not work like that. They simply don't work like that. Just go see if I'm gonna go to more comments. Well, that's why I think a lot of women got kind of mad at me because I just told the truth. I wasn't attacking anyone, and I just kept on talking about modern Western women. And when the only time when I mentioned average Black American family, because I've seen it and it broke my heart. It broke my heart to see that families sometimes can be in shambles, and unfortunately, people don't really realize that. And I already know what's behind all of this, but I don't want to get too political for YouTube. That's why I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut. Hey, Blue Exodus, sorry, coming through with the $5 super chat. They don't listen to Danica or Crimson Cure either, and they're both Black American women whom are married to Black men. Color is an excuse to deflect. Yeah, that is true. I mean, I hope women are going to listen to them because Danica, she is real as it can get, honestly. And I really, really like her content. I really like how she, gets the message across, how she speaks. And I call it tough love. And I really hope that at least women would listen to her. You know, I understand if they don't want to listen to me. I get that. But at the end of the day, all I have is good intentions, and I would never, ever want anything bad for anyone. I mean, let's talk about Shira 7. We all know Shira 7. What does she do? She tells women to, if you don't look good enough, go buy new weave. If you don't look good enough, go ahead and apply more makeup. That is not how you keep a man. A woman cannot keep a man with her looks because it doesn't matter. That wall is undefeated and you are going to hit it and bounce back, whether if you like it or not. And then what are you going to do? What is a woman going to do? A man is, interested in a woman's action, if she has any children, her body count, and how she carries herself in public. In public can be on social media, in public it can be obviously in public. So, and I also noticed that a lot of modern women, they don't know how to carry themselves in public. The way they dress. I mean, let's take, for example, when Kevin Samuels said a high value man is going to have to be able to take his woman to a business dinner. You got to know how to show up. I believe a lot of women don't know that nowadays. They don't know how to cover up. They don't know how to be elegant because all they want is attention. And how do you get attention when you look different than everybody else that's in the room? That's why you got a lot of women running around looking naked or literally being naked. Thank you so much for the $5 super chat. Thank you for all you do, Suereyya. Thank you for holding them accountable. If German women will love us, we will love them too. God bless you. Thank you. Thank you so much for that comment. Many blessings back to you. And it is true. I'm not saying that women here in Germany are perfect, right? They're not perfect, but I will say this, and it is true. When it comes to American men and Black American men specifically, it is a different ballgame for those men because women over here, they have a different energy towards those men. They acknowledge those men, they respect them, they cater to them, and they don't even have to be six-figure making men. You know what I mean? You can be average. As long as you come here, you do your thing, you're fit, you know what? These women are going to snatch you off of the market. And it is true. And I also know that this is something that Kevin Samuels had said. Like, women in America, if y'all don't act right, there are enough women from all over the place in other countries that will take care of these men. Simple. Very, very simple. Let me get into these comments real quick. I need to go to Germany. Yes, just clear up and go on platforms and say you were not talking about black women. I did. I really did. I have said that in 2 of my videos, and I mentioned it here in the beginning before YouTube kicked me off of my life. And I also will mention it in future videos. I don't swirl, but I appreciate the message. Thank you so much. Let's just say they heard what? Let's just say I heard they have parties. I don't know what kind of parties you're referring to, but I guess crown of enlightenment. You better off with Turkish German or black German woman, or for feminine energy, not German white women. Um, I'm not going to say all German white women are like that, but some of them can be they're feminists. They have the same type of mindset that a lot of women in the US might have. Like, I don't want to cook, I don't want to clean, I want to focus on my career. Yes, that we have that here too. So it's not like you have all these women here just being angels, just waiting for their man. We got a $9.99 super chat. Thank you so much. Let me get into it. Most of them share the same small group of bad boys, get burnt by those men, then blame all of us. Absolutely correct. A huge, huge problem. Why is that a problem? Because these women make that type of experience with those men, and then they are so hurt that they blame everybody else. But here is the problem: they're so hurt, but still at the end of the day they will go right back and choose the same type of man again, worse, same type of baby daddy again. That's just, and I'm just like, how can you complain about something that you didn't like, but then you go ahead and you make the same bad decision again? If you are always doing the same things, you cannot expect a different outcome. And the results speak for themselves, right? The results speak for themselves. So numbers don't lie, single mother households, numbers don't lie, women who are literally depressed because they feel like have been in toxic relationships, but they continuously pick the right or the wrong type of men. Let me get into these comments real quick. Traditional Latinas still exist in the USA too, of course. I'm one of them. Hello. I have no issues with doing things for my husband. Thank you for saying that, and I do, and thank you for doing that. I grew up in a traditional household. I cook, I clean, I massage. Yes, thank you so much for that comment. That's really, really important. I will put an emphasis on there. You know what? That is not even a big deal. When we are being raised, we learn to do these things. We don't want to have a pat on the back for that. That's just what we do. We have seen our mothers do it, our aunties do it, our grandmothers do it. They never wanted anything in return. You know what I mean? They were just doing it because it was part of their duty. That was their duty. So thank you that you have made that comment. Thank you so much, because it's important to know that us women have the strength to go to work, come back and clean the house, make sure everybody has something to eat. That's what we are made for by nature, to nurture. What religion are you? Islam. Um, Thank you for that question. Suereyya, do you have a sister? Yes, I actually do have a younger sister. Let me just love your videos and appreciate you. Keep up the dope work. Thank you so much. And there is more to come. And please excuse these past couple of days. I was kind of, in between podcasts and then dealing with all of the comments and the links, and I also want to show you my appreciation by answering your messages. So if I didn't answer yet, sorry, but I will get to it. Let me look at this comment. You triggered people so much that they are saying your husband is in jail. He is? Well, damn, I didn't know. Well, there's a reason why I keep my husband private, and I'm kind of happy that I did so far. I mean, I see people using our picture that I got in my community section on my YouTube channel for their captions, right? When they make videos about me. That's cool. It's fair use or whatever, but I'm just glad I don't share him like that, because you just never know. People are crazy. Certain information is not going to be out there about me because nobody needs to know. It's nobody's business, and I would advise you to do the same thing. If you're active online, make sure you keep certain things to yourself, because people are crazy, and especially women. Okay, as we see that. Merhaba Brooks Hanım. Thank you so much. Salute from Seil in Germany. Thank you. Hi, wie geht's dir? Oh, wow, this is crazy. I'm just trying to catch up with a couple of these comments. Oh, yeah, by the way, we are going to have a guest on the show. I told you earlier before you to kick me out. He's going to talk about his experiences here in Germany when it comes to the interactions with women. I'm going to bring him onto the show. Well, but to get back to the topic, why women got mad, obviously I triggered them with something I said or didn't say. And I know that they have to work on themselves. I know I triggered them because there is most definitely some truth to what I said. And they don't say truth hurts for no reason. Again, I don't mean any harm. I don't have problems with anyone as far as I don't have anything against um, Black women. Please. Say Germany is a country. Yeah. Hey, yo, Danica, we appreciate you. Salute to Danica. Dope discussions. Absolutely. I mean, I didn't know of her until she critiqued one of my videos. And the moment she started talking, I just loved it. I loved her energy. And, the moments when she said that her inner Keisha wanted to, slap the shit out of me. I totally get it. And yeah, that was most definitely. Oh, hi, how you doing? Oh wow, thank you so much for being here. Listen, Danica, I hope I say your name right. Thank you so much for your content. Thank you so much the way you, um, critique my video. It's different hearing all of these things coming from a woman. I know the inner Keisha thing. It had me rolling. I totally, totally loved it. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you. Yes, I love she's in here. It really got me excited. Thank you so much. Hey, little big sis, how you guys doing? As soon as you're ready, give me heads up. Okay, I don't know what you're talking about. Sending love from the Bronx. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God, I saw her in the comment section. I totally lost the train of my thought. What the hell was I talking about? I don't even remember. I don't even remember, but yeah, those were the things that I got hated for, and I really don't know why. And a lot of you are telling me, don't let the negativity get to your head. Obviously, no, I am not. I'm not, because I know, and the Most High knows as well too. I don't mean no harm, not at all. If there's anything that I would love to do is teach these women on how to do better. You know, I hear people saying that I should stay out of their business, but I was not in nobody's business. I was just, telling you guys about my experience that I had in America, and that's all. You're doing just fine. Thank you so much. What up, Doe from Detroit? Hi, how you doing? Greetings. Your first live, right? No, actually, this is my second live, but I can tell I need to come on here more often. I gotta practice this. I gotta practice it. What's your husband think of all of this? I know he's not a big social media guy. No, he's absolutely not. He doesn't like social media at all. Um, he just congratulates me for my success, for my 10K subscribers, but he also is kind of shocked at the backlash. But then again, he is not surprised, and he just says, like, keep doing you, don't let the negativity get to your head, and just continue spreading your message into the world, because a lot of women need to hear it, and even more than hearing it, a lot of women need to apply it. So just get ready for more content of me giving women advice on how they can apply things that I have applied in my marriage. That obviously is working out, because a lot of these women who have hate for me, unfortunately, they are not in a relationship, they are not married. They rather listen to Shira 7 um, instead of maybe trying to hear what I have to say. Let me get into these comments. All this started because you showed your appreciation for Black men. Yes, yet it's a cause for celebration when everyone exalts white men on the daily basis. True, true. And I will never stop saying that, I appreciate my husband. I will never stop saying that he taught me so much about myself. That's why people got to stop, especially women, got to stop seeking for these men who make six figures, because they're not going to like it when you come with your emotional issues, because they're going to have some business to handle. So they don't want to deal with your stuff. So, being with an average guy, and when I say average, he was 21 when I met him. How much could I expect out of him at that age? I didn't expect absolutely nothing out of him to begin with. I was just very happy to see him every time I saw him, and I made that very, very clear to him. Turkish women are the best. There are a lot of great women out there. For some reason, I thought you were taller than average men unplugged. Y'all look about the same height. Yes, you're right. We are. We are. I think he is going to share one of our videos tonight. Listening to you live received so much better than the viral clips. Yeah, I think it's easier, Alicia, to get my point across. Even though I'm a little nervous, I'm not going to lie to you guys, you know. But at the end of the day, you already know I don't mean anything negative. Let me get into this. White men with money, more like, okay. Prime VA, if you don't remember your past, how you going to move forward in the future? Because the same thing is still happening in America. I don't know about Europe. I don't really know what you're referring to. You're looking forward. Shout out to him. Average Man Unplugged has he's good people's. Yes, he absolutely is. And let me tell you something. He just gave me so much advice and so much motivation. We met last Saturday, and I was just happy to meet him. He is such a cool guy. He is so laid back, full of knowledge, full of you know, full of motivation. But then again, so laid back, you know, and that's what I appreciate about people, that they are not stuck up or they think that they're better than someone. He really, really gave me a lot of insight and advice on how to operate on YouTube. Listen, I freaking love you. I love you guys too. I really, really do. And like I said, you most definitely going to see more of me in lives, and I'm also going to start vlogging so I can show you around. You know, because I never vlogged before, but I have seen Rome do it. Rome from the Average Man Unplugged, and it's really fun. You know, he sees something that he likes, he pulls out this little camera and he starts recording and talking, and it was really a very nice experience, and I learned a lot from him. I want to come Europe, come find me a girl. I can't bother with these Western women. I understand. So people can interact with you. That, of course, that too, most definitely. I mean, I know we are, you know, kind of going back and forth in the comment section, but it's always different when we speak face to face, I guess, than me reading the comments and replying to the comments, you know, because it feels like we're sitting together right now. So most definitely. What's your opinion on passport bros? What's my opinion on them? I guess passport bros are going to always exist. They existed before this movement has gone so viral. And, you know, and I believe that men are just trying to find love elsewhere. You know, uh, there are so many women in comments, unfortunately, that my husband is cheating on me. And I'm just thinking to myself, okay, thanks for the comment, but it's unnecessary because, again, women think it's all about looks. It's all about looks. You know, they tell me that they look better than me, that I cannot compete with anyone. Again, I can only stress it's not all about freaking looks. And if a man wants to cheat, he's going to cheat anyway. I can be the best, the most respectful, the most kind, the most lovable. I can be the most lovable wife. If that man wants to cheat, he's going to cheat. I cannot hold him. Okay, so if some women out there are talking about he's cheating on me, what can I do, right? There's a glitch in the audio. Oh, it is? I don't know why. I'm sorry about that. Can you hear me better now? Is it better? Audio is messing up. I don't know why. What am I saying, YouTube? Can you guys hear me better now? You're coming in and breaking up. Thanks for making it. Thank you so much. You still can't hear what I'm saying? This is insane. Anyway. Can you hear me at all? Glitching still? I don't know what it is, y'all, because my internet connection is really, really good. It's cracking. I cheat on her too. Did you ever speak to the late Kevin Samuels? I didn't speak to him. We can hear you. It's just still static. It's a little static. Okay, you know what, guys? I'm going to bring on the guest that I was going to, you know, hold on. There. Let me see how we do this. Are you in the chat, Jay? Can you try to participate in the on the live? I seen you trying to come onto the live earlier, but it didn't work. Are you watching this live? If you are, let me know so I can add you to the show. Guys, I am so sorry. I still got to figure this out. My God. We've all struggled to stream from time to time. I know. I watch Coach Greg Adams a lot, and sometimes he be having his issues too. So I'm really not going to hope this is going to create a problem. Okay, I guess my guest is not here. Oh, there he is. Let me see. I think it's working. Hello?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you very well. Can you guys hear him too? Type the 2 into the chat if you can hear him loud and clear, because I can. We just got to make sure that you can hear him too.
All right, awesome.
German internet is really bad. Well, I mean, I am across the Atlantic Ocean, you know. I mean, I can hear him very well, and he's based in Germany too. But I can see a whole bunch of 2s coming in. Let's talk. Let's talk. First of all, thank you so much for taking your time. Thank you so much for offering me all of the support, all of this help. I highly, highly appreciate that. You know, I'm known for kind of talking about, hey, Black American guys, when you come here to Germany, you're going to perceive differently by women. You're going to interact differently with women. You're going to get different type of energy and attention from women. What do you say to that? Can you share? Can tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you live, what you do, if you like.
Okay, well, let me go ahead and answer that question first while it's still in my head. There's tiers to Black people here, and in this area, it's actually mainly African Black people here. So that's, I would say, about maybe 85, 90% of the Black community is here, or they're actually Black Germans. If you're an American, we have to understand that the American culture, especially Black, is worldwide one of the most consumed things ever. So women love American Black men, but they rarely are here. If they are here, they're military, so that's a whole other issue. But if you're an American Black man, average, and you figured out a way to be here in Germany, you're every not every woman, but you've as an average man, you've gone up at least 2 or 3 levels just because of curiosity, just because people want to practice the coolness that they think that they are and compare it to the authentic thing that is a Black American. And that's just every culture. If you go to Japan, it'll be the exact same thing. If you go to Vietnam, it's the exact same thing. If you go to Brazil, it's not so much. But when you go outside of your skin tone, where you're in the deep minority, uh, yes, you're not average anymore.
Right, right. So can you confirm, have you ever been approached by a woman in Germany?
Oh, well, yes, but yes,
Yes.
yes.
And what is, yeah, go ahead.
No, it's very different. They're very not forceful, but they'll put their cards out if they are intrigued. It's not a lot of a gaming that we do like in America where it's finessing back and forth, back and forth. It's either in America we're hooking up ASAP because it is what it is, or women kind of play the long game to string you in. And here, they really don't do it because it's not necessary. Everyone's very kind of free about getting their freak on, and they really kind of do it in a mentality of not charging money for it, or you
Right,
shouldn't have to pay for it. You can spend your money to seduce the woman, but you're not really spending your money like tricking off on her. You're spending the money to do things with her. You're spending your money to do events with her or take her to certain places. But it's rarely you buying bags and she's buying you shoes and, hey, can you pay my bills? That never really happened in most cases out here, I would say.
right, right. So can you talk about the difference in the women's energy that you maybe had experienced in America compared to the women's energy here in Germany?
Okay, well, I will say that in America, I've always been the bartender type. So my experience as an average man has still been above average. But if I was a typical average man making $40,000, it'd be a whole different issue in America. It just is. Or you better have a very decent mouthpiece as far as game that you can spit.
Right,
But here, again, average man, you're going to get approached and put on a pedestal. And I think a lot of Black men have never really experienced that, unless
right,
they've been the sports guy, unless they've been the one that's really doing the illegal things and for bad alchemy. But the
right.
average guy just trying to make it, you're not an average man in America if you know how to beat the system of white supremacy and not go to jail, not make those mistakes that are set up for us to make at an early age. We're not supposed to have our passports. We're supposed to have a felony when we turn 18, so we can't ever leave the country. So if you are
Hmm.
not in that realm, you're not average. Like you almost beat the system. So you need to reward yourself and travel the world because you are already an upper echelon and you don't realize it.
Right, right. I hear that. I hear that. Well, thank you for sharing that. I think that's important. It's an important message for sure. And I have to ask again,
Mhm.
how did you perceive women in Germany? You said you've been a bartender in America. I'm sure you've seen, came in contact with a lot of females. As far as like the looks and their mindset and their attitude, what's the biggest difference?
Um, as far as dating them and kind of doing all that, or go ahead and read your super chat, and then I'll
Okay,
continue.
thank you so much. Okay,
Mhm.
thank you. I want to acknowledge that. Thank you so much for the super chat. Sue, keep your foot on their necks, mama. The ones who get it, get it. The ones who don't want to, they won't. I guess you're right about that. Once an enemy, they stay stuck there. Shout out German shepherds, Turkish Kangals. Thank you so much. Yes, he's referring to my story on Instagram. I don't think everybody's going to get that. Thank you. I highly appreciate you. You already know that. So yeah, back to what you were saying though, or the question. I was supposed to get a little bit more specific about it. Um, would you say that women in Germany are more natural?
Um, are, are, well, it depends on which community we're talking about. If we're talking about the black community, absolutely.
Mhm.
The black German community, they're definitely huge into the being natural and not doing like the wigs and so much. Now,
Mhm.
if you're looking at the African black community, then it's the complete opposite.
Mhm.
Very different about the mindset. Some, but a lot about the wigs and the same kind of mentality that
Mhm.
is kind of portrayed in America. German women of a certain age, they're also very heavy on the makeup and not natural, but there's also another tier of them that are. Uh, Turkish, very natural. I think Turkish and also Indian. So it's really a smorgasbord here in Germany, where it's like New York
Right.
City, where you have so many different cultures, but they also get lumped all in as being German women.
Hmm. So when we talk about German women, everyone, we are not only talking about your typical German woman. I know the internet knows me for the German woman, but I am not. I'm originally from Turkey, for instance. My parents immigrated to Germany in the late 70s, and I was born and raised here in Germany. So when we talk about women in Germany, we're talking about women from all over the world. Just like he said, India, Spain, Portugal, Africa, they're all here. That's why, I always motivate gentlemen to come experience Germany because you got women from all over the place. And as you can hear, a lot of them are attracted to American guys. I mean, that's just a fact. All right, let me get into the super chat real quick. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Please recommend barbers for black men in Germany. Tell us. I mean, you're obviously not wearing a lot of hair.
No, no, I used to have I used but when I got my kids I lost my I lost all my coolness, but I still got my hairline a bit. But no, there's actually some really great ones. There's a lot of them that do the fake hair, but my manhood won't allow me to do it. I won't. I can't do the fake beard and the Myron Gaines from Fresh and Fit. I can't put the fake wig. No, I
Right.
refuse. My pawpaw will come down from heaven and beat me. So can't help him with the barber hookups.
Right, right. But they're out there, most definitely. I'm not going to say you're going to
Oh yeah.
find them everywhere, but when you have the right connect, they'll most definitely take you to the barbers that will hook you up. And there are also a lot of shops where you can, if you're into braids and stuff like that, you can get all of that done, especially in German bigger cities such as Berlin, Cologne, Frankfurt, Hamburg. All of that is available. So do not worry about your hair, your hairline, or anything like that when you're here in Germany. So, how long have you lived in Germany?
I have been here now officially 10 years.
10 years, 10 years. Do you ever consider
Yeah.
going back?
No. My children are here. Um, of course, coming back to, I'm from Oklahoma, so I have a native culture that I want to expose my children to, but more or less probably when they're teenagers.
Mhm.
But as far as actually relocating, no, there's no reason to.
It's just,
America is not ours anyway.
uh,
America was never ours to begin with. It was taken from us. And again, black people, we are the natives. We are the original people there. That whole BS they tell us about the slave ship stuff, it's all a lie. So the land that was taken was ours originally. So we can't get it back. We might as well travel the world.
right, that's true. Would you think that the cost of living in Germany is cheaper compared to America?
Absolutely. If you can figure out a way to get out of the major cities, I got lucky and I'm in a village outside of it. But if you're in Berlin, it's actually about as expensive as New York City. It's one of the hardest places to find a place to live right now, let alone a house. Oh, good luck. So if you are coming to Germany and thinking about actually relocating, it's so cheap in the villages. I mean, ridiculous cheap. You can get an amazing house, three bedroom, not three bedroom, 3 stories for about 25,000. It's really amazing as far as if you're willing to put yourself out the your comfort zone and be out the cities.
Right, right. I hear that. So now that you said that you would never want to relocate back to the US anymore, do you have any advice for anyone that would like to travel over here? What should they be prepared for? You as an American black man, I'm sure, as just like my husband, you had to deal maybe with stares, maybe with nasty comments here and there, but my husband always says, whatever, F them. They're haters. So
It's nothing compared to. I'm from the South. It's nothing compared to what I've seen in Oklahoma as far as racism. If you can't deal with passive aggressive racism, then I don't know what to tell you. Like,
yeah,
but you're going to find that anywhere in the world. You're going to find that in Japan. You're going to find it in China. You'll find as an American black man, you don't get the same racism that the African men here get. So don't get cocky. And I think a lot of American men do.
mhm,
You understand that you're lucky because again, our culture is celebrated versus their culture is as far as African culture is not celebrated so much over here. It's kind of shamed a bit.
right.
And so, except for the Afro beats, but come here, be open minded, be an artist. So whatever your art is, it's gonna translate here. If you draw, if you do music, whatever it is, your natural self, it's gonna be rewarded here. If you make tennis shoes, if you are into graphic design, whatever it is that you're passionate about, you have a market here for it that's going to reward you, and not just here. Everything's connected by train, so you can go to Amsterdam. And I mean, as an American black man, there is so much money for you in Amsterdam. It's ridiculous. And all you
Right.
got to do is just share with them the music that you grew up with and,
Mhm,
play the videos. And you're going to be like a superstar.
right.
It's ridiculous how amazing our culture translates here and we don't use it.
The hip hop culture also is very, very big, right? I'm sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but I have to acknowledge my husband's 1999 super chat. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for coming through. Usually, you can never find him anywhere in the chat or whatever. So, your chat right now, your 1999 is highly appreciated. Thank you so much. Thank you. So, yeah. Um, Hold on, let me just see if there are any questions. Oh, I have another super chat right here. It says, "What towns and villages would you recommend to live in?"
Hmm. Yam is actually a good one, but I would say the best way to kind of do it is to look up the universities. If you look up German universities, a lot of them will be located in those villages and in those towns. There's some that are in the major cities, but like really do some diving. And once you see those are the towns you really want to kind of hang out as an American, especially if it has a decent college scene. Because if you're young, then of course you want to be there. But if you're older in my age, then again you can use your skills of everything that you grew up with, and it translates to the young people.
Mhm. Another important topic, in my opinion, when we talk about Germany versus, not versus, but compared to America, is the crime rate. What do you think about?
I got a alert on my phone. I think it was like maybe a month ago, and my phone's beeping. I'm thinking something. Someone gets stabbed. Someone kidnapped a kid, and the alert was there was a wild boar spotted in the woods. Be careful.
Okay.
And I was just like seriously, like no, like not a random like baby walking down. No, just a wild boar is in the woods, and it's been heard. Be careful. And that's when I
Exactly.
knew like it's ridiculous here. There's not a gun culture.
Mm-mm.
I bartended an event in Oktoberfest, and I mean everyone is super drunk, carrying these amazing huge mugs that are weapons. That can kill someone, and everyone's knocked out. And I see a fight happen, and the entire crowd, 4 guys and another crowd, they grabbed the guys and broke it up.
Mm.
And I had never seen, and I bartended all my life. I had never seen a crowd of drunk people. I've
Mhm.
seen people break up fight, but I mean a crowd of plastered drunk people break up a fight. And that's when I realized like the culture is different here.
Mhm.
In America, we would sit there around it and instigate it. Everyone starts pulling out their phones to try to catch a moment to see
I
some
know.
violence.
I know.
And it's not a violent, hungry culture here. Like
Mhm.
they don't. want to see it. And I think that's the difference in America. Is unfortunately our violence has been programmed into us, and in all communities, it doesn't matter. Once you're Americanized, you have to have a bravado to protect yourself. That's bad alchemy and bad for your soul. And I'm happy to have my children in this part of the world where they're not subjected to that level of um, bravado.
Absolutely, I agree with that. Let me just go ahead and acknowledge this $5 super chat. Thank you both for this conversation. Thank you, Jason. Salute. Yes, thank you so much for that. Thank you for the comment. Obviously, thank you for you sharing the things that you're sharing with us. Obviously, when I talk about certain things, I'm known for that. But all of this information coming from you, someone else besides me who lives in Germany who can just share all of this, I think it is just pure gold information for everyone here in the chat that's interested in this topic. So, um, thank you so much for that. Is there anything else that you want to add to this conversation? The topic,
Yeah.
the headline of this video is "My Video Going Viral," and I'm sure maybe you have seen it too, and how people
Mhm.
reacted to it. What's your take on my video?
You want me to go? You want to read that last super chat before I go?
Okay, thank you.
I got
Um,
you.
Thank you how considerate you are. I appreciate that. It's really
Mhm.
helpful. Thank you, Suereyya, for your level-headed common sense about the culture of modern women in America and how they treat men, especially average or normal men. Yes, and I'm going to talk about this topic a lot more often because there's a lot of catching up to do and a lot of things that some people really, and especially women, need to learn. But back to you.
Okay. To kind of wrap it up, I wanted to say, especially for the men, um, it's not about. I think we've been programmed to think about, how when we have children, when we have relationships, we want to have children, but majority of men worldwide, they don't end up growing old with the woman they had children with. That's just reality. And you want to be in a system that doesn't reward women doing child alienation type tactics. And unfortunately, in America, this happened to white men, black men. It happens to so many men where once the divorce happens, the breakup happens, or whatever you want to call it, that they lose their father rights and their ability to be the father they really want to be. And over here, um, it's not rewarded that way. It's very difficult for you not to be able to be in your kid's life after the fact. Women can't go back and forth and play games and make claims
Mhm.
to make you have to pay for court because they actually have to pay for court. And that's one of the things that you were speaking about is getting married for the women. They're putting something on the line.
Mhm.
Whereas in America, women are completely rewarded to do horrible things to you with child alienation, force, and make up lies to you know, make money versus here, women actually can get penalized for making up lies and doing things like that. So I think men need to start protecting themselves and making sure that they procreate into a system that will help them when the breakup happens. Because let's start being realistic. Um, Majority of men do not grow old with the person they had children with. So
True.
coming over here in the EU system and you have a child as an American man, you actually have more rights than most German men.
Mm-mm.
We need to start thinking differently. And you need to see that in certain countries, if you have a child and it doesn't work out, your father rights will not be played with. You'll be treated as a human being. And it's the one thing that breaks men down globally the most is the deterioration of their relationship with their children after a breakup.
Thank you for that. I see a lot
Not
of
a problem.
people, saying thank you for that information. I didn't know that. I'm gonna just hold on. I think there's somebody in the comment section that should not. Okay, I gotta. Um, I guess real quick block this person. I'm sorry because I've read that they were trolling. Thank you for the heads up, everyone. Thank you so much. I just blocked that person. When I'm talking and I'm looking at him, not reading the comments that are coming through. So there's another $5 super chat from Dwayne Jackson. I hope I said your name right. Hello, Mrs. Brooks. When your video went viral, just curious who put the caption on your video. To be honest with you, I have no idea. I would love to know too, because I would love to thank that person for making that video go viral. I mean, it didn't go viral for the right reasons, obviously, but still, I appreciate all of the support that I got from it. I highly appreciate it. I came in contact with so many dope people in such short amount of time. It is insane. Also with you, so thank you so much for that. Is there anything else that we would like to add to this conversation?
No, go ahead and keep cooking. You're starting conversations that need to happen. And I think that, especially in our community, there's no reason why we can't learn from other communities to impart some of their traditions that might
Mhm.
make ours a little bit more positive. Because let's be honest, as a culture, it's very difficult to reward. It's very difficult to make it in America with this capitalist system. And
Right.
again, as the average man, you don't need to work your ass off to get equal treating as a human being. You
Mhm.
shouldn't have to work your ass off to get love. You shouldn't
Absolutely.
have to kill yourself to make these amounts of money just to get uh, treatment from a woman who cares about you. If that costs money, then go somewhere else and get that for free.
Absolutely.
That's it.
Couldn't have said it any better. Thank you so much for these words of wisdom and truth. It is absolutely true. A man should never.
And German food is not nasty. You'll be okay.
German food is not nasty. Yes, there's a lot of selection that you can choose from. So you will not starve here for real. Yes, thank you so much that you were here. I highly appreciate your support. I will stay in contact with you. And yes, we will talk later.
Not a
If you
problem.
can exit, you can. You can stay if you like, because I don't know how to, remove you
I
from.
got you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Everyone, I truly hope that you enjoyed his participation on this live. I really, really appreciate his insight, his that he came to the show. He didn't have to take the time out of his day. So once again, thank you so much. I really, really appreciate that. Everyone, do you have any questions that you would like to ask at this point? Let me just see. Um, Let me just see if I can find any questions. Scroll up here real quick. Well, if you don't have any questions, just to close up this whole live, again, you as a man should never have to do anything to earn respect from a woman. You as a man should never ever have to pay for any of that. If a woman says you have to pay in order for me to be feminine, you just know that's a red flag. Okay, you do not deal with that woman. But we are going to get into this conversation and into these talking points a little more in detail in next lives or in videos. So most definitely stay tuned. Again, I appreciate all of your support. I really, really do. And yes, I will be back for sure. And stay tuned, stay blessed, and thank you all so, so much. Thank you. Take care. Bye.